Humidor shop talk. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk.
Yo, what's up, man? This is your boy, Mr. SmokeFella, with the SmokeFellas. We back here with Humidor Sports and Cigars, man. We out here man. I got my man KDL 33 to my far left.
Good morning. What's happening?
I got DY, our resident DJ. Say what's up to him, my man.
What up, everybody? Good morning.
I got Lucky Lefty, where it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm sure it's something in his cup.
Not coffee. Good morning.
That lets you know.
And happy
He's struggling.
Happy side piece day.
Hey, what's up to all the
side piece
you
day?
getting your dinner, you getting your box of chocolates.
Off clearance. The Walgreens special. That clearance joint.
Hey, the sports world gives us stuff to talk about every week, man. So, man, I'm going to let DY start it off. Let's go.
Yo, we right here in the Super Bowl fallout end of the NFL season. As we end the Super Bowl, every single year it always questions. You always ask some questions about every single team, your favorite team. You may ask some questions about. So I'm gonna open up the chat, the discussion today with the fellas talking about fallout for the two top contenders at the Super Bowl. And let's start off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Been a lot of reports, a lot of speculation as far as whether they go next. They got a lot of free agents they have to potentially either re-sign, or some cats they may end up letting go or walking away. And then there's rumors and reports of Travis Kelce. Read today where he has a deadline to meet if he wants to continue to play for Kansas City. So, fellas, let's talk about it. Is Kansas City's dynasty as we know it over?
I will say it's not. I'm not going to say it's over with, but remember last week, KDL, you was talking all this crap about, man, they better than the Patriots. And, I mean, you was all on your high horse. Now, where we at now? Now, Philly, when they went to the chip, after they lost a ton of people. Everybody in Kansas City, damn near all of them got more than one ring. So now it's about that paper now. It's all about them chasing that money. So when they some teams are gonna come and throw that bag at them. The question is, are they going to leave?
I do not think it's over. Here's why. Philly lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator when they lost the Super Bowl. They lost a couple players. A year later, they back in the Super Bowl. So all you do, Kansas City will replenish, retool. I think Kelce walks away. We'll talk about that. I think Kelce walks away, which is why they're giving him a deadline. Because, hey man, we need to know what you're gonna do, right? Because we're gonna use this money. KC will go out and get another wide receiver. KC better show up their offensive line. I don't think it's over, bro. Like you're not on the verge of a three-peat and all of a sudden it's just over. Like I don't see that. Will they take a step back? Yes. But is it over? No.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, you still got that dude that's You still got that dude that's not even 30 years old yet. But you still got your quarterback. So, with that alone, it's not over. But yeah, definitely some retooling gonna have to be done. They need a hell of a draft. They need to have a hell of a draft. Because, like you said, they can't keep paying everybody. You got to get some people. Yeah, they got draft capital. They got draft capital. But they're gonna have to hit this draft like they did with Xavier Worthy last year. They don't need to hit about 2 or 3 players because, like say you can't keep everybody, man. You can't pay everybody. You cannot pay everybody.
I think one of the most important things to think about is this. You talk about having the cornerstone with Patrick Mahomes being there at quarterback, but I think one of the biggest things you have to think about is making sure his protection stays intact. We've all seen, I mean, the two contenders in the Super Bowl were positive how important having that offensive line is intact. So I think it's really key for them to either re-sign some of these guys or to make sure that they score big in the draft. Another second piece of that puzzle when we speak in total with the offense is the fact that, okay, if you do have Travis Kelce retire, if you do have a few other receivers that decide not to come back, their receiving core is not what it used to be. So I think they really need to try to probably make a big splash. And that secondary, Reed in the secondary, his contract's up. So they got a lot of pieces they got to put together. They won 49 games over the last 3 years. That's the most by far, and I think that's a record, NFL history record. So a lot left for Kansas City to do. Flipping sides, though, talk about the world champs, the Philadelphia.
Whoa. We ain't going to skate past the GOAT conversation with Patrick Mahomes. All of this GOAT and stuff. And
Wait
everybody turned tail on him.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And when hold on, let me say what I'm saying though. I'm not saying the kid ain't good. He's on his way, but now it's like they was like, oh, he's here, and then come Monday morning, they was like, oh man, we got to give him some more time. I've been saying that for the longest. Don't crown this man right away.
A lot of people turned their back on him as of Monday morning. I agree with that, including the very same people that said he was to go. But I will say this: if he would have done a three-peat, which had never been done in NFL history, they would have put him up. Like people would have literally put him up. Like if he would have did the three-peat, no one has ever done. They just say, hey, in the amount of time that he's been in the league, he's three-peated, he's MVP, he's this, he's that, right? They would have put him up there. Because he didn't do that, I don't think it's right for everybody to turn their back on him. Because the man had a terrible game. And let's admit, he had a terrible game because his offensive line had a terrible game. And it just so happened to be in the Super Bowl. You don't just throw away everything this dude has done and say, I knew he wasn't good. Like, we can't do that. Man had a terrible game. He admitted it. His offensive line didn't do nothing to help him. So if the Chiefs do anything, better show up that offensive line.
Well, could it also be, I think what a lot of people are not talking about, but I of course, no young quarterback's not even 30 years old yet, but the Super Bowls and the accomplishments that he has is out of the GOAT conversation. I don't believe that. And I think you got a lot of people that are prisoners of the moment, right? It was a bad game. But let's be totally honest, he had a pretty average year. I mean, a whole season. And a way I'm coming from it is, because some of the hunger, could you start feeling yourself a little too much? You know, they were winning games, they were getting calls, you know. They really didn't dominate all year. And then when they ran up against, you know, the Eagles who was rolling at the time, and
that's not what this man said.
That's what happened.
They won 15 games.
I mean, they
won
did.
15 games.
But you know, but just naturally, you start feeling yourself. You start feeling yourself like, yeah, we back, we got it, you know.
I'm not gonna say they were arrogant. They were winning 15 games. The refs didn't cause them to win 15 games. So please stop that. But they won 15 games. I don't think you're on the verge of three-peat. You don't have the same home. Like I don't think they win the game. Like, yeah, we got this Philly, we gonna win. No, they got bum rushed.
Everybody that's three-peated though, Kev, is said the same thing. It's hard.
Yes,
it's hard to keep the same. Right, but I'm just saying, even in basketball, like it's hard to keep the same fire. You know what I mean? Like it's just energy. That energy get a little different because you feel like you got it. Like we got this.
And everybody coming for your head.
Yeah, and it seemed like all season they felt like they could turn it on at any time.
I saw.
You know what I mean?
I saw a bum rush. They hit him in the mouth and they couldn't recover. I didn't see they didn't have hunger. They thought they had it made. Nope, that ain't what I saw.
What
I
Tyson
saw
say?
from the opening tip.
What Tyson say?
Philly hit him in the mouth.
Everybody got a plan until they get hit.
And they couldn't. And Patrick Mahomes was the most shook. The man was twirling in the pocket, throwing interceptions, throwing the ball behind people. Like, he was shook.
I don't know if y'all caught it.
Nah,
I don't know if y'all caught it. But Tom Brady was on his pet. Because he said, "Oh man, he looks like what we beat on with Tampa Bay."
He took a couple shots.
You know what I'm saying? He was taking shots.
I mean, he's right though. He's right. But Tampa D line did the same thing. Philly D line, they made him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He was uncomfortable all game. They never let him get in the rhythm. And I think any quarterback, I don't care. We seen it happen to Brady.
Yeah.
We seen it happen to Brady before. They always say the key to beating Brady was getting pressure on him, hitting him. You make him get his uniform dirty. That was always the key.
But Mahomes, you get out the pocket and runs a little bit. You know,
They
couldn't even get out the pocket.
They were collapsing it. You got the interior with Jalen Carter. And
That's what I'm saying. So
Mahomes
y'all
runs never come on the outside. Once everything breaks down, he runs through the middle and doing all that. They shut that off.
He could not get
They
out.
shut that off.
So that makes my point, bro. They got bum rush. This wasn't no we ain't hungry enough to get the 3. You get to that point, you want that 3. So it wasn't that they, felt they had it. No, they got bum rush.
Yeah, you know, like everybody else know, it's a certain hunger when you're going for your first one. It's a certain hunger on a back-to-back.
No, I know.
But the energy and what it takes to keep that same motivation for a 3-peat, that's why it's such a unique feat. You know what I mean? That's why it's so unique. Because like that takes a lot. So like what the Bulls did in the 90s, 2 3-peats, the energy, like they talked about in The Last Dance, what it took, you know what I mean, just to stay fired up and motivated, and injuries. There's a lot of different things that have to come into play just to win 1. You talk about 3, man, and
I get that it's hard.
Let's call it what it is. Philly was just playing the best.
Yeah.
They were a better team, man. They were a better team.
So that ain't got nothing to do with their hunger, not want. They
got
to do what they got bum rush.
Some of that does play a part though.
No adjustments. Andy Reid for him to be the great coach, had no adjustments, even at halftime. They couldn't figure out how to stop Philly, and they only ran 4. They never blitzed them. Never blitzed them. They spent 4 people every play and get to them.
Only thing I would say what
Andy got nothing to do with hunger. They got to do what they got.
But this is why I say where the cockiness kicked in. They abandoned the run. They abandoned the run early, and in their mind, Mahomes gonna bring us. We good. Mahomes got us, but it just never happened. They ran the ball like we watched the first 2 or 3 possessions. They ran the ball like 1 time, so they never even tried to run the ball. You know what they say? Even if you're not hitting on those runs, you can't abandon it
because you got to keep the defense on.
Right, you got to keep. They were just pinning their ears back and coming at them all day.
And then ain't nothing that you can say about the interceptions. One, yeah, he kind of got hit when he was throwing it, but the other one,
that pick 6 was terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Yeah. And that right there shook him for the rest of the game.
He was shook anyway. Ben, the man was twirling in the pocket, bro. Like
that's what happened when your clock get knocked off like that. Your timing. That's what happened. You don't see the linebacker kind of just sitting on out there. You know just those that he normally wouldn't make if he had time. You trying to get that ball out of there, especially they were deep in their own territory when that happened. So they just the whole dynamic changed, man. You got to people not saluting Philly enough.
You know why
man.
it's not over? Because
People got to salute Philly enough.
And it ain't Patrick Mahomes. It's fucking Andy Reid. It's not over.
He got to eat that too, man. He got to eat that. Either I didn't have my game plan, or I didn't have my team prepared. I didn't make it the right adjustment. Like he got to eat that too. It wasn't all on Mahomes. I would say it's the offensive line, but Andy Reid got to eat some of that too. For you to be the genius, you had no adjustment for 4 dudes rushing you all day. You had no adjustment. Hey, you got to eat that too.
You had KC fans like, fuck you, Taylor Swift, it's your fault.
Why they boo her, man?
We couldn't even see Taylor.
They ain't do nothing, man.
They showed her 2 times.
They was getting blown out to the point they weren't even showing Taylor.
Right.
Come on.
All right, D-Y. Go ahead.
All right, let's talk about the other team, the Super Bowl champs. Again, we talk about heading into the off season. Philly looks strong. Personnel look very strong. Talk about their team going forward. Number 1, Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts definitely redeemed himself from that previous Super Bowl loss. Stock rose up a whole lot. I think people got a lot of newfound respect for him and his capabilities in those type of games. But Philly's getting ready, or Philly has already lost their offensive coordinator. They could potentially lose a couple key guys on the offensive line. And you got 2 or 3 guys on the defensive line that they either need to re-sign or pick up. So talk about Philly going into their postseason. Does Philly look for a repeat going into next year?
Most definitely, because Philly got the main thing locked up. They got the D line and the O line. They a beast in the trenches. If they
D line ain't locked. They could potentially
they're gonna lose Sweat. They're gonna lose Sweat.
I don't think they're gonna lose them. I think they're gonna go ahead and re-up and say this is the team, the front office. This is, hey, we can do this again. We got a chance to go ahead and repeat. Well, let's keep this together for one more round.
But you got to keep in mind they'll offer Sweat, but somebody's gonna overpay, and that's what you bank on in free agency, and they're not gonna want to match that to that
if he want to say, you know what,
right?
I'm gonna run this back.
And don't forget what's his name? Carter's coming up soon. Jalen Carter. This was year 3. This was 3rd year. No, 2nd year. No, it's the 2nd year. No, you're right. It's 2nd year. But you got so
2 more.
So how long do you what you sign Sweat for? Like, what do you know what I mean? You still got secondary, you still got receivers.
Well, the man was in the backfield. Right. So if it's the last game, it's your impression.
You know what I'm saying? Jalen Carter not going nowhere.
But they got him for 2, and then
and what is their cap situation?
Cap situation is not good.
Yeah, they cap.
But you know what? Really,
they got 3 D linemen they got to re-sign. Along with Sweat, they got Milton Williams and Brandon Graham. So they got to try to re-sign all 3 of those. And they cap situation along with Mekhi Becton at right guard. So
yeah,
they got some issues. But I will say this about Philly's GM. He knows how to draft well. He built that team up. So I'll give him
how to go out and get players. They always get a player. Bro.
He drafts well too, though.
Oh, he cut.
He does draft well.
He does, and like I said, they know how to maneuver some kind of way and get players. They know how to do it. So I don't see. And of course you're gonna lose. Here's what happens, bro. You make the Super Bowl, people come after you. No different than Detroit had a good year. People want their coaches. So it happens. You're gonna lose probably a couple coaches. You're gonna lose a couple. It just happens. But I think Philly will be in the mix.
We got Jay Greer's out here. He's snapping out here, man. He's snapping. A couple of things that Jay Greer's comment on here. Hold up. I'd like to suggest, how would the Eagles have looked if Andrews didn't drop that easy pass from Lamar and had to face the Ravens and the dual threat of Lamar in the Super Bowl? Would they have been able to contain him?
It'd have been a different game because Lamar could take off.
The game plan would have been
It'd definitely
been a different game.
And you would think that Baltimore wouldn't abandon the run as fast as KC did, but they got Derrick Henry back there, and Lamar Jackson could use his legs as well. So I don't think they would abandon. So that it definitely wouldn't have been a blowout. I mean, I'm not going to say Philly, was that heads above the rest of the league to where anybody played, they would have did like that. Now, Baltimore would have been a different matchup for them.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed watching the game. There was not a lot of celebration on the Eagles side. When shit happened, they just went to the next play. They went to the next play. You didn't see Hurts smile until after the game when they poured the Gatorade on the coach. That's the first time he smiled the whole game. They was locked in.
They was business.
They was locked in.
And keep in mind, people forget, everybody kept talking about Saquon had to have a big game. They contained Saquon.
But they didn't abandon the run. They kept going to him.
Right, they did. Right, they did. But they contained him. They banked on Jalen Hurts beating us with his arm, and he did it. You know what I mean? He actually proved that he can do it, and he did it, man.
Deep bomb to Smith.
Yeah. He
Over
proved
the head.
it. I mean, and again, KC, I mean, look, it was the right game plan.
Yeah.
Stop Saquon. Let's see if Hurts can beat us with his arm, and he did. Shit, I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, get that dude his props, man.
and speaking of Jalen Hurts, how long you been in the league? 5 years? Something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
So the man been in five. He been in the league 5 years, been in 2 Super Bowls and won one in 5 years. So we talk about Mahomes, what, 7 years, 8 years? How long Mahomes? 7?
7.
8? 7?
7 years.
So 7, 4 Super Bowls.
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts 5 years, 2 Super Bowls.
You gotta show. You gotta.
So that's a question. Why hasn't Jalen been talked about in the top tier of quarterbacks? We always talk Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? We always talk them cats. Even Jared Goff, we've been talking all these cats top 10. Nobody ever puts Hurts in that conversation.
Well,
Ever.
Well,
Yeah, you got to put him in that conversation.
to be honest, they're better than Hurts. That's no disrespect to Hurts, right?
Mhm.
He's good at what he does. He's dual quarterback, all that.
But he wins.
But when we talk Josh Allen,
he wins.
when we talk Lamar Jackson, no, he wins. He has a lot of
wins.
wins. But when we talk like talent, they're better than Hurts. That's why he's not mentioned. And like I said, that's no disrespect to him because he's good. But we're not going to mention Hurts when it comes to Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. But you're not going to do that.
I got you, but
You respect him
when
because
you look at Hurts, he's complete. He can do it all. Now, does he do this outstanding? Does he do this outstanding? No. He's across the board, even kill, and gives you everything.
He just wins. He wins a lot.
I think he's solid, and he has moments at the right time. Like the Super Bowl was his moment. He didn't have a good year throwing the ball at all. He picked the Super Bowl. He got to the Super Bowl and had his best passing game all year.
Both Super Bowls.
You know what I mean?
He outplayed Mahomes the last
He outplayed you, Kev, spot on.
So did.
And I got to give it up tonight.
So
they had that locked and loaded, ready to go. Love Hurts, the commercial, and the fact that he had on the Jordan 11s, the white and greens.
Yeah.
He had the Love Hurts in the parade yesterday.
Yeah. They dropped that right after. And I was like, damn.
They had that plan.
Nike had that all set up, ready to go.
So going into next season, though, do we finally start talking about him in that top tier?
You do now because he has a ring. And what Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson don't have are Super Bowl rings. They don't even have an appearance.
I was about to say they don't have Super Bowl.
So now you talk about him as one of the top quarterbacks in the league because he's earned it because he got a ring.
And he beat Mahomes, something neither one of them could do.
He's outplayed Mahomes both Super Bowls.
So
he just finally
beat Mahomes on big stages.
Burrow, Brady, and Hurts.
That's it.
So you got to give him his respect because he's a Super Bowl champ.
Now, they don't give your man the respect because he beat Brady twice, and they still don't give him his respect. So, will Jalen go through some of this too?
It's a good question.
Will he go through some of it?
Does he get the Eli treatment?
Let's wait till the end of his career.
does he get the Eli?
I'm saying.
Now, let's match his numbers along with Eli. Eli has Hall of Fame numbers. What people remember is his last years, he was throwing a lot of interceptions. But if you go off his numbers, he has Hall of Fame numbers. And the man has 2 Super Bowls.
True.
So if we rank quarterbacks, and you say, he ain't got no ring, that man got 2 rings and the Super Bowl MVP. Not left the man out.
Not to cut you off, but if y'all can see the TV behind this dude just dunked the shit out. He just dunked the shit. Damn.
So
go ahead. Damn.
So let's see how his numbers go in his career go. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1. Let's see how his overall numbers rank.
He gets another Super Bowl.
So he gets another.
So you got a Super Bowl. You got a Super Bowl MVP.
Yes.
He's probably never going to get the regular season accolades similar to Eli, who never got the regular season awards like the Lamars and them are getting, and Josh Allen and all them are getting. So, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, a whole lot.
We got to see how long he play too.
Whole lot left to look at. Off seasons going to be very, very interesting. NFL Combines 2 weeks from yesterday, so we'll kind of. NFL season really never ends, so we'll see how these teams look going into the offseason. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about NBA All-Star Weekend. NBA All-Star Weekend is here upon us. Last night you had the Rising Stars Challenge. You also had the celebrity game, which was kind of entertaining in itself. Tonight you have All Star Saturday Night 3-point contest, skills challenge, and of course the dunk contest, and then of course tomorrow with the game. So first things first, let's talk about the new All Star game format. Uh, Anybody here a fan of the new format? I mean, I know it hasn't taken place yet, but you saw a glimpse of it last night with the Rising Stars Challenge. So, what do you think about the potential for this new format?
I believe it would. I think the potential's there. Uh, I am curious to see if it's going to bring out the competitive side. Like you say with the Rising Stars Challenge, it was competitive because they were playing for something. The rookies, they were playing to be in this little round robin tournament. So we saw a way more competitive game. I think they had to do something. So I'm cool with what they trying to do. Let's see if it works. But it's still gonna be up to the players. Are they gonna come out and compete?
I'm on the.
So they're supposed to meet. Y'all know the league's supposed to meet with the players.
Yeah, they can meet all they want. But when they get on that court and start bullshitting around, they're gonna be like,
Now,
it's on your board, man. He sets the tone for all that.
Who?
LeBron does set the tone.
you do
I'm telling
understand.
you, he sets the tone for all that. Patrick Beverly told y'all a couple years ago. We go with how Bron. Man told you.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about it, but you do understand how they got this set up. Shaq, he got the OG. LeBron, Curry, Harden, Kyrie. I'm the OG. Kenny got the young star. He got Ant-Man, Jared Jackson, Darius Garland. You know, he got P-Roll, Cade. You know, he got all them young cats. Now, Candace got the team that won last night. Fresh out the gate, the rooks.
Don't nobody want to lose the rookies.
But
Don't nobody want to lose.
So they gonna be hard to get.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the rookies.
no
They look at that G League team they made.
Chuck team.
It was really
Chuck
good.
team.
Chuck got all.
He
Chuck
got
the big
the
man.
foreigners.
Oh, no, he got all four.
They call the global stars.
Yeah.
No American team is gonna want to lose to the global stars, dude. It's just like the Olympics.
Hold on, because Giannis is out. Names
You got Joker. I'm just saying everybody that was put on that team: Joker, Greek, Shay Shay, Wemby, Pascal, Cat, D. Mitch, Trey Young. They got them all on that team.
Who replaced Giannis?
Trey. They even got the big man, Segun, big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who taking they put Kyrie on? Because Kyrie took AD place.
Kyrie is with Shaq.
Okay. He was
So-
OG.
He with the OG, LeBron. He with LeBron.
So I'm letting you know. I think this could be super competitive.
Could
be.
no one is gonna want to lose to Dalton Connect them. That's
No.
last night. So whoever played them gonna play.
If you lose to them, it's gonna be a long. Man,
So whoever
it's gonna
played
be
them.
embarrassing.
But now, let's put it like this. If you Kenny's team, you the young guns, you just so happen to play LeBron, right?
How you going at their head?
So you gonna go at their head. We the NBA now. KD now, LeBron them might be like, nah, we still hit young fellas. And so that might be a competitive game, right? You don't want to lose to the foreigners, and you don't want to lose to the rich.
That's why this could be super competitive.
So this makes sense. This
It
could
could
be a good look.
It could be.
It has worked in hockey, with the world versus it has worked in hockey.
That hockey game is today, and they talking about it's as big in hockey as the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So I think you kind of seeing the reinvention of all of this, and again, it remains to be seen. But I really feel like Kenny team with the young gunners, and I think the international team got something to prove versus LeBron and everybody else. I think that team is kind of old too. They kind of
That's what they got to prove. We ain't old yet. We ain't done yet.
Is Tatum on
He with
Kenny's
the,
team?
no, Tatum is with the OG.
LeBron, yeah.
Oh.
But I think
We got Dame, Jaylen Brown, AD would have been on that squad, but they
Kyrie
replaced it. They got Harden, Curry. I mean, man, we not done yet. That's their chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And you're right, DY, global stars and young stars, they got shit to prove.
I think they gonna have a big chip on their shoulder when it comes to this game.
For the young stars on that stage, bro. It's time to, hey, show them what y'all the young, well, they ain't even young guys. Y'all the rookies. Y'all the shouters.
Y'all still carrying bags and getting coffee in the morning.
Right.
And I think this is another thing we had discussed previously on the show was the NBA is looking for its future stars. The NBA is looking for a new face. They know they got a very small window left with both LeBron, Steph, KD, all of these guys who've been the face of the league for the last 10 to 15 years. So how do you put these guys in the forefront? Well, trade deadline had a little bit to do with that, moving some players around. But I think this display, this showcase will kind of show and prove where the NBA is looking in the future as far as their stars are concerned. Now, the rest of All-Star Weekend, you got, of course, the competitive events. Starting out with the three-point contest. Huge field. Dame's going for 3 in a row. 3 in a row's only happened, I believe, twice in NBA history.
It was
Craig and Bird.
Craig and Bird, yeah.
So this will be Dame's opportunity to go for the third. So 3-point contest. You see Dame getting another chip?
I do. I'm gonna put my money on Dame.
Who else is in there? DY.
Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero. He's my dark horse.
Yes.
Buddy Hill, Cam Johnson, Dame, and Powell from the Clippers.
Okay, why is Buddy Hill in it? Let's be totally honest.
Why
is he in it?
He probably up there percentage wise.
Well, he can't hit a shot during the game.
Oh shit. Okay,
I'll tell you like this.
Man, Buddy Hill will save his shots for the game.
Buddy Hill.
He need to practice.
Buddy Hill right now, to me, is Kobe White.
Damn.
He's Kobe White.
I think that's disrespectful to Kobe White, number one. Forget Buddy Hill. That's disrespectful to Kobe White.
There's one dude on Golden State that got the green light, and his name ain't Buddy. He takes some of the worst shots in the world. He shot a shot the other night, man, against Houston. Jimmy did like this.
Yeah, Buddy. I don't know what's going on with Buddy Hill.
And I'm starting to see why he ain't moved around the league so much.
He's become trade bait. I mean, at the end of the day, go behind that. So, at the end of the day, is Dame got to be the favorite. And I always kind of look at people's style of shooting. I don't think Jalen Brunson's style is his way he shoots. Yeah, I don't think it fits. Like that's not his strength. So I never really consider him a someone that contender to even win that.
Look at all the great shooters.
Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, you're grabbing off a rack.
Now Tyler Hero, I'm with DY. Right. Tyler Hero could be a sleeper. Tyler could be, especially he heat up.
It's all about his right. It's the heat up.
Yeah.
It's the heat up. Jalen gets most of his shots off the
dribble, right?
Then
he's not a 3-point shooter.
And Jalen, he elevates when he shoots. So that kind of hurts you too. All that jumping rack, you got jump, you get tired. You know what I mean?
You got Bird, Reggie Miller, Steph, me. I mean, great shooters of all time.
Did he put himself in that category? Y'all started saying it in. Y'all he like me. He said it fast, me.
He said it fast for a reason.
He said it real fast.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I got to go with that. If I had a dark horse, it would be Cam Johnson.
Really?
Yeah.
Cam Johnson can shoot. I don't know how fast he is as far as off the rack shooting. Yeah, a lot of people can't do that.
And you get tired.
You do.
You get tired.
Norman Powell's another one who uses his legs with his jump shot. It's a lot of legs.
And you don't have
a lot of legs.
Now, Buddy Hill, to his credit, he don't jump. He got a little set shot. He can keep it going, grabbing the rack. Tyler Hill jumps too.
Trash.
Tyler don't jump like Powell and Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Kevo.
And Garland don't. He not a jumper.
Yeah. Garland.
You know how I feel about Kobe White. I'll take Kobe White instead of Buddy Hill.
No, you wouldn't.
Not in the 3-point contest.
Overall, I take him.
Oh yeah, of course. So look, you usually probably one of the more exciting events during All-Star Weekend. Looking forward to the 3-point contest. Moving on. Of course, you got the NBA Slam Dunk contest. Lost a lot of its luster over the past few years. Smaller field this year, but we do have one of our own hometown, Mattis Buzelis, competing in the dunk contest. You also have Castle.
Is that really how you say his name? You said it so good, DY. Like
Mattis Buzelis. You've been hearing his name a lot
Mattis
lately,
Buzelis,
haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it for shit.
Well, all the foreign classes, Spanish, he didn't go to.
Oh, dang.
Wow. Skip those classes.
So
let me ask
they
y'all.
not. They not.
Well, I went to Spanish for the field trip, so that's different. Do y'all think with these
Even
new?
there for the girls. Stop.
Well, that's
Como se
Stop.
dice? Como se dice? I know all that.
But look, do y'all think with these new dudes, do y'all think it'll be a better slam dunk contest? The G League dude's still in. Well, no, actually he's in the league.
He went to
Clinton.
Magic.
No, he ain't in the league.
Yeah, he's with the Magic.
He with the
He a
B.
two-way.
He with
No,
He
the.
a two-way contract with the Magic.
For real, go away.
So yeah, G.
They tried to hurry up and sign and say, "Oh, we got one." That motherfucker's still in the G League.
Yeah, he's still in it. He's the defending champ. But do you think the addition of dude from the Bulls, Cats, do you think it makes it a better dunk contest?
What was I just saying before you got here, DY? Castle is a dunking machine, and that's who I'm going with.
Castle is. Let's see how creative he can be.
Now, he reminds me, not just hear me out when I say Vince Carter. When I say Vince Carter, Castle wasn't doing all of that at UConn. Just like Vince Carter wasn't doing all of that at North Carolina.
Just Vince Carter.
Yes.
No.
What? Are you
That he doing right
You a careless dude.
when he got to the league, he went into a whole nother level.
Vince
He
was
went
dunking people
here.
in college, bro.
Not like he
Man.
wasn't jumping over people. He was catching lob from the little point guard and all that.
Dude, I'm going to kill another man. And I'll tell you,
Bro.
Vince Carter was doing that.
Vince Carter
What
took it
nobody's
to
surprised when Vince Carter did what he doing in the
No,
NBA.
he
What
went to a
nobody
whole other level when he got to the league. That's what I'm saying. He went to a whole other level. And Castle, they just showed a highlight reel this morning. I was watching on NBA TV of Castle. And Castle got a highlight reel that's out of this world.
Bro, he was still in
This
the
year.
league. You remember him?
Yeah, I remember. He was a freshman.
So here's the thing. If you could, like I said, something like this, like the young boy from the Bulls, right? This could be his coming out party, right? This could be his introduction to the world. You know, come out, put on a show. They say it's a rumor he gonna bust out a Jordan jersey. You know, he gonna do one of his dunks in the Jordan jersey. That's one of the rumors. You know, so this could, and if he come out and wins it, now it's gonna be more eyes on him. You know, we talked about earlier what Kendall Gill has said, but I really like this young boy, man. He can jump out the gym. I want to see what he can do.
Didn't you say GFY to that comment?
Hey man, hey. Did y'all watch that boy in the summer? I mean, even the summer league, and he got swag.
I get it, man.
The boy got swag, man.
I get it, but
That young boy's gonna be
Cool
good.
Flag got the entire package right now.
AK the same one.
You
That,
said,
AK the same one that found the
years.
Joker. AK the same one that found the Joker in the second round.
don't get me on AK, man.
I'm just saying.
AK need to be fired.
I'm just saying.
You should have never associated him with AK.
Who, Joker?
No, Buzelis. Anybody. Shit.
What?
AK,
Anybody in the Bulls jersey.
Just
front
saying.
office
He
is-
found him.
the front office is trash right now. You know,
He found him. But they
the
finally
totality
but
of
they
their
finally-
moves
they finally-
that they made.
they
since
finally
he got
in,
there.
they finally in a full rebuild stage. So let's see if they can do it.
Well, no, they got rid of Butcher. So.
He gone now.
Well,
See.
first
He
of all,
is Ryan Pace and Joe Sean wrapped into one human.
God damn.
wow.
And you know what? I'm not going to argue with you.
You get
But first of all, for Demonte say something about him coming out in the Bulls jersey. Who
The Jordan
cares?
jersey.
Now,
In a Jordan jersey? You know that
hold on.
all eyes on him.
Y'all
A
do
Jordan
know,
jersey?
y'all do know he homegrown.
yeah, he from
Yeah,
Nashville.
Yeah, he homegrown. So him coming out in that, I like to see that.
Hey, add a little flair
So,
to
yeah.
it, man. He come out and do some. What if he come out and do some old Jordan rock the cradle type shit?
If
man?
he ain't got the gold chain on, I don't want to see it.
That's true. You gotta have to
You
change.
gotta have to go
You gotta
with
have to
it, you know.
change.
If
You gotta-
that's the case, he better take off on the free throw too. Then.
Or that's what it's gonna be. If he put the jersey on, you best believe he coming from the free throw
the
line.
free throw is yeah.
Ain't no other dunk he could do. Jordan dunk he could do.
You don't think he can hit the rock? You don't think he hit the rock the cradle on him?
No,
What
that
if
ain't.
When he hit the base down, the baseline lay down dunk. What about that?
Lean in.
Or the lean in?
The
Yeah.
tomahawk,
Yeah, the
the
tomahawk.
windmill tomahawk. That be the only. But he got to do it like Mike did in '87.
Gotta look like you
That
laid it out.
motherfucker was
How
flying.
about this, Kevin Louder? 88, MJ.
You know it's coming. He said
I don't know what.
Over Dominique, period.
America.
Neat one.
For those of you that are old enough to remember the 1988 dunk contest, which just so happened to be in Chicago, will tell you that Dominique Wilkins got robbed that night. Dominique Wilkins
I'm gonna let you
clearly
finish. I'm gonna tell you why.
won the dunk contest.
I'm gonna tell you why.
And then as he was about to win it, they robbed him on the dunk and they gave Jordan a 50 on the dunk that shouldn't have been a 50.
Hey,
But
Kevin,
it was in Chicago, so I get
can I explain to you why Dominique didn't win?
because he got robbed.
No. No. Because every dunk he did was this. The double pump. The double pump. Everything was the double. He did the same dunk 5 times.
No, he did not. He
He did it from different angles.
He did it baseline.
Different angles.
Okay, Mike's dunks was the same.
Different
dunk.
angles. Mike was laying down. He came for a free throw. He was rocking. He did all
First of all, he
kinds
was
of shit.
over the free throw line. Number one. It wasn't-
Okay.
That wasn't behind the free throw. Don't nobody forget that.
Kev, can you dunk from the dotted line?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I can.
Fuck it.
Back in the day.
That's all he did was do.
I was gonna say, make sure you throw that display there back in the day.
Dude, the man got
He
robbed, dog.
did this every time.
Neek was bringing us. Neek went. He did one.
He
brought
won
it
better
all
than
the way-
Kenny Smith.
I'm talking about the back. He brought it all
What
the way
you say?
down like this.
Wait, what you say? He
He
wasn't better than
better than Kenny Smith.
I'm right. That's why I said, wait,
In
what
the
you
dunk
say?
contest. I didn't
Kenny
say
Smith
know.
bounced the ball between his legs one time. He ain't do nothing.
Yeah, Kenny had like 1 or 2 really good dunks.
Dominique was coming
Hey,
from
man,
the baseline.
Have some respect on it.
Hey man, you know.
He even did the bounce and caught it back.
That explains why his knees like that, man.
He got
Oh,
robbed.
no.
What about Tim
And
Hardaway?
I'm glad I was old enough to take him into his face.
Tim got something else going on.
A lot of excitement to come up. We hopefully we can bring home some good news to this Chicago Bulls team. If Maddox does win, love seeing the way his game is improving. Got a lot of work left to do on defensive side of the ball, but definitely starting to become an up and coming player. Last thoughts when it comes to the All-Star game, and everybody's talked about this. Even talked about it a little bit with the NHL and their thing that they got going on. Should the NBA look to the next matchup being USA versus the world before LeBron and those guys retire?
They should, but they won't.
No.
They don't want to lose that game, bro.
If this format doesn't work, you got to go to it.
But hockey
go
don't,
there for
hockey
it.
don't have a problem with it because most hockey is
It's pretty
Right.
even down.
like that anyway. So hockey doesn't have a problem. They don't care if the U.S. loses or not. The NBA, they will not want that to happen.
Do
Guaranteed.
you understand
You might see it happen this year.
when the USA goes
Facts.
to the Olympics, the NBA players are spread out.
Yes.
You're going to put them all
On
on
one team.
one team.
Yes. Let's do
That's
it.
a hard matchup, bro. Let's do it.
You have some
You said it.
semblance of that this year. It's just not a head-to-head matchup. But if the world team or the international team plays LeBron team in the fight, and it's unfortunate because that last game is a slimmed down version of it. I would really like to see them maybe do 2 20-minute halves and go head-to-head instead of it being like
Oh, I'd love to see it.
a points thing.
The NBA does not want that on the national stage, bro.
But see,
I don't agree
They're
with
scared
that.
of that because they could have been there.
I want to see it, but the global stars are more technically sound.
And it really ain't fair because Giannis is playing. Like I want the
NBA,
full-
man. They are technically.
When you say technically sound, what do you mean?
They U.S. is athletic potential, jumping out the gym. Now you got some people that can shoot out the gym, but when it comes to the back cuts, the screens, the picks, and all of that stuff, the global players are a whole lot better because that's what they started with when they were kids, and as they moved up, that's all they do. What do we have over here? We fucked it up with the AAU circuit, and that's all about the talent, who can jump the highest, and who dunking and all of this.
Shoot a three.
You missing all the X's and O's that they had. That's the scary factor for me.
International players are more polished because the way they're learning the game, they're a lot more polished than, of course, the U.S. players.
You're saying they're fundamentally sound.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And I agree, they're fundamentally sound because
Hey, Isaac, thanks for helping them out.
they play.
I was helping you out, Ben.
Right.
I got you. Don't trip. I got you.
But you know what? They can pros a lot longer too.
I was going to say they play a lot more structured ball a lot
Now,
longer than
they don't play
here
as
in the
physical.
US.
That's the problem when they come over here. It's physical and the speed of the game. That's what they get caught in the trick.
Well, that they used to be like that. The NBA has adopted the international style of play. They've gone more to that. That's why international players are dominating the way they are. They come over here and they killing out the gate. I mean, look at the top players in the league right now. SGA, right? Joker,
Luka.
Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So it's the NBA set themselves up for this. So you gotta, at some point, they gotta embrace the fact that the international players are here, and I always say they don't want them to be the face of the league, but at some point, they're gonna have to be the face of the league.
They play more structured ball a longer span of time than the NBA players. The NBA players, they're jumping around. You got them jumping around in the AAU. Then when they go to college, they might spend a year of college. Depending on who they are. Next thing you know,
see, these teenagers in these AAU games, man. That is so much trash.
They don't even play defense.
It's so trash, man. And I swear to God, when they on social media, they show you all the highlights and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Little Young Mello, little arenas. They show the highlights, but the rest of that shit is trash.
Right, and they're not teaching any fundamentals whatsoever.
Exactly.
All they do is take all the best players, put them on
one team, and y'all go play.
There's no development whatsoever, right? So if you're not, let's say the kid is not good as the stacked team movie. He's good, he can hoop. He's not good as the stacked team movie. Well, he's not developing anything. This is just a all-star.
In some teams, you probably count on one hand. But it's a little kid out of New York, a little point guard, that gave Lil Mello, Lil Arena, and gave him the business. And he ain't on no stack team. And he is dropping bombs.
That's what I mean. You don't get that out of AAU because it's too glorified.
Right.
Now, I can speak on the Kendrick Purchase thing and taking advantage of it, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get
You really want to go in on that.
I can't stand it, bro. I hate that. Taking advantage of kids, bro. I hate that. Make them sign a 7-year contract. Well, I got a 7-year contract with you, bro.
You get a
Go ahead, man.
NIL.
Nevertheless, a lot to look forward to tonight. So we'll see how these All-Star Saturday night events pan out. Didn't mention the skills contest, but it's really a toss-up no matter who's in it. So we'll go ahead and move on. Moving on to NCAA basketball. Today, critical matchup in the SEC, critical matchup in all of college basketball. I was getting ready to say college football because you got the number 1 Auburn Tigers versus the number 2 Alabama Crimson Tide. A couple things. Both coaches have led their teams to Final Four appearances. Auburn in 2019 and then Alabama just last year. Alabama's team, high-scoring team. They've scored 100 points in 7 games this year. And I think with Bama's team, you got one of the most balanced attack. They played 10 deep, and they got a Player of the Year candidate in Johnny Broome. So, fellas, let's talk about this matchup. Who you got? What do you think? What do you think it's gonna come down to?
I'm gonna roll with Bruce. I got the Pearl. I'm gonna roll with But actually, both teams, the dudes you're talking about, both teams got a guy that was supposed to go to the league but came back. Alabama's that guard.
Mark Sears.
Mark Beard. Mark
He
Beard.
came back. And the guy you saying Auburn came back. I think it's gonna be good. And plus, it's Alabama Auburn.
I hate a Bruce Pearl ticket.
Hey,
I hate it.
Like Bruce, I got you.
Hey,
They start off hot
Still around, baby.
and then they choke. Man, it's
you
ridiculous.
stole my thought, bro.
Man, I just
I'm
can't
just
stand
ready to say that.
Bruce Pearl team,
you
man.
talking about Bruce? How much is hidden for Pearl?
But Bama, I like the defense. Everybody play defense from 1 through 10. You playing on that squad, you got to play defense, and that's why they scoring 100 points. Cause it's like robbery, dog. It's robbery.
But
It
it's
reminds me of the old amoeba defense.
yeah.
Come on, baby.
But,
Come on, I'm dropping bombs on you over there, Kev.
You don't know about it. You don't remember those people. I give you 40 minutes ahead of Arkansas too. For look, this is Alabama Auburn. That's automatically that's 1 versus 2. Yeah, that should be the most hype. Like you, if you're a player in that game, you gotta be hyped. You gotta be hyped. We're on the national stage.
Yeah.
Hated school. You know, your teammate, have your people you grew up went to the other school. Like so, it's a rivalry. Bro. Yeah. But college basketball is so unpredictable that you don't know whether your team's gonna show up. Like one of them might get knocked out. That's how unpredictable it is. It's no clear cut.
Yeah, I think when you talk tournament,
It's only 1.5.
when you talk tournament, it's probably about 7 teams.
So they
Probably about 7 teams who can win it this year. Who you wouldn't be shocked.
And the SBC is they kill it in basketball.
Said they may
Like
get
the Big Ten.
said they may get 13.
Yeah.
13 in. But I for
Today
today,
you've been holding down basketball for a minute.
but today I'm a roll with Auburn. I'm a roll with Auburn today, man.
So you going with the Lucky Pearl 200?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Pearl. Old Bruce. I'm gonna go with Brucey today.
I had to go with Ben, man. Bruce Pearl has showed this to me too many times, but with his team,
Yeah.
his team be playing balling out all during the regular season. And as soon as they hit the
It's on the
tournament,
screen right now.
it's over with.
Look at
They
all the
choke.
SEC up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's 16 right there.
Yeah. But I mean, Bama defense. I just think Auburn, man, they grimy, man. I just watching them, they grind it out, man. I think they're a little tougher, in my opinion.
Bama's good.
No, I'm not saying
It's hard for
nothing
me to
against Bama.
say
Nothing against
a
Bama.
Bruce Pearl team is tough.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, if you're convict your coach,
Yeah.
Whoa!
you should be tough.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
I mean, I ain't mean it like that, but
You did.
Say it again. I want to hear.
fuck it, I did when a convict your coach.
Wow. So he did Samler.
No, man, yeah.
This is the same.
White collar crimes.
Behind.
White collar crimes.
Clean on your bus.
we got a conflict against the president. This is all different era.
Say it again.
That's
What?
That's true.
It's a new day and age.
Yeah.
But ultimately, when it comes down to it, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a great matchup. SEC is coming on really strong. Seeing my Florida Gators climbing back up the rankings. So after a few losses this year, so
Hey, DY. Florida has been gone a long time.
that's fact.
Remember, they went back to back.
That's right.
With who coaching them?
Billy D.
E baby. It's true.
He was up for the Hall of Fame and shit.
That was
He on the ticket.
that was Noah and Al Orphan.
Yeah.
No,
And
the
a
sleep on
Brewer,
that team
Corey
was
Brewer.
he was the plastic man. On
Yeah,
that team.
Corey.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
Who's that point guard though? That point guard was underrated too. Who's that point guard on that team?
One of them left, went to the pros. So they make it.
Uh,
all the rest of them.
Yeah.
One dude that didn't make it.
That was the guard.
That little point guard was tough.
Corey Brewer was cold.
Yeah.
All right, so great matchup. Couple other good matchups today. We'll keep our eye on. Want to move forward a little bit into NCAA women's basketball. We just saw 2 nights ago, number 6 USC and Juju Watkins behind a 37-point effort knock off the number 1 team in the nation, UCLA. It turned out to be a great game. But I think you got to kind of look, like we mentioned earlier with the men's, with the women, you got 5 and 6 teams at the top of those rankings that are killing, and they got some key players on their teams. So we talked about Juju at USC. You talk about Miles and Hidalgo for Notre Dame.
Oh,
Hidalgo's averaging.
You got on that third chick for Notre Dame. Sonia Citron.
Okay.
Oh, they got a 3-headed monster.
Notre Dame definitely got a squad. You also got Miles for number 2. Who's number 2 right now?
Women.
UConn.
Number 2.
No, you
I
can't.
thought it was
UCLA, Notre Dame, Texas, SC, and LSU.
Right.
LSU.
But Miles is a girl. She the crafty point guard. She always be banging the floor, playing hella defense. To me, she like one of the top players to make that team go. And then, like I said, Hidalgo's averaging 25 points a game. You got Lauren Best to UCLA.
Oh, Olivia Miles.
Olivia Miles.
That UCLA team was the same team that Caitlin Carter.
Mm.
Their whole team came back.
Yeah.
That's how they know what they just lost. That was their first loss.
Olivia Miles, all game. That's all you see is hee
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They still-
And she got taps too.
Yeah.
Man, she broke somebody's ankles the other night.
There's a few of them now, man, with some handles.
Right.
Man. It's sick.
Yeah, they got me in now.
Yeah, man.
They still got a break.
Man.
They
Pal from SC.
Oh, yeah.
Little girl with
Yeah.
the freckles.
USD got a squad too. They won't get the national eyes that last year got because they had Caitlin Clark and all that. But they'll still get eyes to the team come tournament time. Like the women still gonna have a good time.
Especially if Juju make a deep. They make a deep run. Juju on the front. I think that's what they kind of want. I think they would prefer. I think they would prefer like Juju and them to go deep. Juju already got commercials. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
It's a night commercial.
yeah.
She was hanging on the roof.
We ain't talking about that. She in the commercial that pays. She in State Farm.
State Farm. I'm saying she got commercials.
State Farm, she in Progressive. She got a bunch of
So she's a face. So you want her to
Go far.
You want her to go far. You want her squad to go deep.
Well, you said it. She had
Well, you'll see
she had
it.
37 the other night, and it looked like a young program.
Yeah.
The way she was giving buckets, bro.
It should come down to UCLA and USC in the West. But depending on how far they go, they might put them. They in the Big Ten together, so one of them got to lose. So one of them might be West, one of them might be Midwest.
Right, they're not gonna put them in the same bracket.
Right, they won't do it.
You got a couple great matchups coming up tomorrow with some of these good teams. Tomorrow, you got number 4 South Carolina going against Paige Buckers and number 7 UConn. That game's tomorrow. Paige has been she's had a lot of setbacks this year. Not her greatest year, barely averaging 18, almost 19 points a game. Still a lead on that team, and I think she's going to pick it up come tournament time. But that team,
Like she did last year.
she did last
She's
year,
still gonna be number one pick.
but that team doesn't have the roster power that it had in previous years. And then tomorrow you also got number 5 Texas with Madison Booker going against number 5 LSU. Matchup between two 25-win teams. So NCAA win.
Flagey.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ajay, baby.
Flagey, baby.
So the NCAA women's basketball, and remember how much we was into it last year.
That star power is amazing.
Star power starting to grow. I think we're gonna start seeing it pick up now that we moving into tournament time. So, any other thoughts when it comes to women's basketball?
You know, I love to see your girl on the sidelines, man. People hate her.
Oh,
Moki. I swear to God, I love
Kim
her on the
Mulkey.
sidelines. I love on the sidelines, dude. She is wild.
she hilarious.
She is like a Bobby Knight on the sideline, bro. She is ridiculous.
Hey, that's why I like to see Don Staley on the sidelines too, man.
Down there is class.
She be
Yeah.
classy, she
Yeah.
cool, but
And I like to see that Texas coach on the sideline too. But that's neither here nor
I know you talk about that.
there.
You talking about the assistant coach?
Man, this man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, it's a new one coming right behind her. She the head coach.
She the head coach though.
For Alabama A&M.
She the head coach.
And when I tell you, when she carried the basketballs with the team, she carrying those basketballs for the team.
The scumbagness never dies. It's always in there somewhere.
That played for the Pistons. He's hurt. His mom coaches what? Purdue.
Oh, Ivy.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. She.
Oh, his mom coach Purdue.
Yeah, that's his mom. Ooh, poison ivy.
I didn't realize that.
Baby.
I didn't realize that was his mom. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. We ain't nothing. We over here watching women's basketball for the women coaches and what they win.
Y'all some dirtbag.
We ain't nothing.
At least with it.
Well, the player's too young. That'd be a little R. Kelly-ish.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Man,
be
you taking a break?
titty-ish.
Yeah, it'd be a little R. Kelly-ish if we did that. You know what I'm saying? We older now. We're a little older now.
So we got to go.
We be watching the draft, looking at the moms now. We should look at the girlfriends. Now we're looking at the moms. Like, nice.
Right.
Sean Sean is smiling in the background because we be watching too. You got that little dirtbag in him. Don't let the socks hat fool you.
Like my love for Brazil volleyball team.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to see what these matchups look like.
DY, we're gonna take a break, man, so we can pay some bills. You know, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. So Sean, take us to commercial, and we'll be right back with more sports and shenanigans.
And dirt.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Sean Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms. On Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel, you can find us at Sports Zone Chicago. And on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Are you a counselor? Are you an expert judge in matters of taste? Are you an expert judge in matters of the finer things in life, from apparel, bourbon, scotches, watches, cars to cigars? Are you a knower what's the best of the best? Do you embody a lifestyle of upper echelon in a society of leaders, winners, and bosses? Well, if you are, then you know a connoisseur is an honor reserved for a chosen few. To be a connoisseur of the finer things is like the highest honor of honor. Connoisseur, the finer things. It's not a brand, it's a lifestyle.
All right, we are back, man. We're going to get into some of this coaching and in the NFL,
So you need that.
off-season moves. DY, what you got for us?
Definitely gonna start out with our very own Chicago Bears, and I'm gonna ask every one of y'all on the panel to talk about some of the key off-season activities the Bears need to attack. I guess with the exception of Kevin, unless you feel the desire to answer one of these questions. I'm gonna start off with the first question going into free agency and the offseason. And I'm gonna start out with my man Pat. Pat, it's obvious that we gotta improve this offensive line, and free agency is a big place, a big opportunity for the Bears to gain some new players. So we need to add 2 high-level starters on that offensive line. So you got Kansas City's Trey Smith, you got Mekhi Beckham in Philly, Drew Dalman, the center in Atlanta, Detroit's right guard Kevin Zeiker, who obviously has some familiarity and experience with our new coach Ben Johnson, right guard Will Fry from Indy, and then you got Zach Martin, who is a potential Hall of Fame right guard for Dallas, but he is 34 years old. So, Pat, let me ask you, if you want to target 2 of these names, which 2 names do you think we got a realistic chance of going at?
What was the center name again from Atlanta?
Dalman.
And I think the guy from KC. But you know what? I'm going to have to defer to my expert when it comes to free agency. That's the free agency expert right there.
Well, Pat, I'm going to agree with you with the center. But I think we got a bigger chance from getting the kid from Detroit because of Ben Johnson. And KC, that ticket going to be kind of high.
You all are linked to the dude from KC. Like that's a room.
Well, you know,
Ben Johnson, I think that.
Well, but Ryan Poles helped draft Trey Smith. He was part of that recruiting, that class that recruited him. I'm with you, Dalman. Definitely, it sounds like Dalman wants to come here as well. I look at the age, man. Dalman's 26 years old. Trey Smith's 25, 26 years old. When you start getting into Zach Martin and Zetas and them,
Poles like him.
They in their 30s. You know what I mean? Yeah. You went R. Kelly and Diddy in one sentence.
He like players that are young.
Yeah, the younger guys. And especially when you talk about Frazier, you're talking about Sheldon out a little bit. They're saying Trey Smith made the man $20 million, be like the highest paid guard. But I mean, he's an all-pro, and I would love to see him and Darnell Wright on the right side of that line. Dalman, I think, I almost want to say a lot because Atlanta just don't have no money. They don't have no money.
Now Beckman is Super Bowl champion might cost you too.
Yeah, Beckman may cost you as well. And keep in mind too, man. I know everybody wants to. We got to build the trenches, but those lines, Detroit's lines, Philly's line, all those, that don't happen in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That don't happen in 1 year, man.
Detroit drafted him.
Yeah.
They just
Right, they were first round.
All of them. The whole line they drafted.
That's what I'm saying. But I know that we want to kind of lower Bears fans' expectations because it's like you're not gonna get Philly's line in one off season. You ain't gonna get Detroit's line in one off season. So yeah, you got. It
can't be 87 sacks. We can't go.
No, we can't do that.
I'm objective.
some of that's going to be on.
If the Bears get a center and a guard, or if they get if you're going to adjust two of them, then
you on your way.
You're on your way. Because you can think of it, y'all just still draft.
Right.
Okay. So you don't have to
ain't no
spend
still.
all your
You
money.
got to draft.
You
got to hit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they say Darwin may cost like $13 million a year. You can rock with that. I'm not a fan of paying too much for these guys that's 34, 35 years old. I get it. Zeta came from Ben Johnson's system, so that may be a fact. I don't see them getting Zeta and Trey Smith. They're gonna have to be Dahlman and one of the other.
And just because Zeta come from Ben Johnson's regimen, that doesn't necessarily mean he's coming. He wants to come here.
Right.
He might want to stay where they already contenders at.
Yeah, but
they lost a whole. Ben Johnson was the offensive coordinator. You make it seem like he was the
lots of coach.
Right. You was the offensive coordinator. You just called plays. That wasn't your people. You know what I mean? Like if you want to say the Randall Wells and the wide receivers, them was your people, let's say. But you wasn't the head coach. So we need to cut down on that.
Yeah, and he's said it a few times that he's not bringing Detroit's system here. He's going to coach to the strength of the players that he has. So you got to see what type of system, how he impose on running. Yeah, but
you're going to see a lot of similarities.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're going to the two-headed monster and all that. You're going to see that with the running backs. You're going to stuff like that.
You draft the running back.
Hold on, we're going to get
to that. We're going to get to that. But I'm just saying, the line, and don't forget, you still need some D linemen too. So, we want to shut out a lot of money, and we're talking about trading for Myles Garrett, all this other stuff. Man, you got to kind of be it's a money game. You got to play with the money a little bit. You got to see who wants to who's going to get out there. Remember, New England needs a line. They got a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
They got it braided. Like New England got a lot of money to spend.
And then number two?
I think we're one.
No, Tennessee.
They got
Tennessee one. Yeah, they got a lot of cap space.
New England always
and don't get Washington.
They always invested in their line.
They do.
They always invested in that old line.
And they got that quarterback. They got to protect. They got to protect Drake May. So, I wouldn't want to get into no crazy bidding war and end up overpaying ridiculously. A sleeper could be James Daniels. He coming off that Achilles injury, but James Daniels still young. Bears drafted him initially.
Don't need him to come back.
He was one of the top guards.
I agree.
Before he got hurt, when he went to Pittsburgh, he was one of the top guards in the league. He 27 years old.
I agree.
Right.
And I think you made a perfect segue when you talk about money. So Bears currently right now got a $62.9 million left in cap space. That could potentially grow depending on how the offseason goes. So I'm going to knock it over to Ben. Ben, if we cut Gerald Everett and DeMarcus Walker, that could put us up to about $90 million, almost close to $90 million in cap space with a few other cuts. So do you believe that we should go through and cut these guys in order to increase our cap space going into the offseason?
When it comes to the business side, yes. How likely these individuals in the locker room, that comes into play. But me, I'm cutting. I'm trying to get as much financial capital as I can so I can make the right moves this season. Because call it what you want. You can say it's gonna take some time, but you don't got no time, man. The fans, that front office, they don't have time. Time is not on their hand. So they got to make some moves now. So they got to cut. You can say dead weight. Cut it now, and go ahead and get that financial capital. So
who are your free agents? Like who's up for a contract with the Bears?
I'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But that needs to be factored into the money too.
Well, you got to look at who's replaceable. Gerald Everett was a disappointment. I don't know whether it was because of Shane Waldron's offense or what, but
I think it was more Shane.
Yeah, but goodbye. Him and Walker's a serviceable defensive end, but he's nobody that I would like. Oh, we gotta keep him. Right. No. Now, I don't want them to cut is Kevin Byard, but I know he's one of the cut candidates too.
Not this year.
No, they've sent cut candidates.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha. I got you.
one of the cut candidates. I really like him.
Yeah,
I know. But he's he's that vet, man. You need that vet. You need that vet back there.
He don't complain. He just go out there, put on his tool belt.
He a veteran, solid free safety, man. That's what he does.
And that's the spot that we need to.
Yeah, you got to keep that.
Is your boy coming back, Bristol?
Yeah, they say he be ready. But he's
still gonna continue to play.
He a concussion from being tour. His career may be over. He get one more concussion.
With him, they was like, he had concussions all the way back to college.
Right? That's why they said.
That's why they sat him.
Man, he got concussed in week.
Over there
he got concussed in week 4 or 5 and missed the whole season.
That means he was at Tallis Hall.
No, they said he back. Yeah, they said he back. They said he'd be ready for camp and ready to go, but you got to have somebody in the pocket.
Just in case. Guardian had some. Yeah, he quit playing.
He might. You got concussions.
A lot more players are doing it.
This is your brain.
And understand the way he plays.
So,
and the way he plays.
Guardian had.
Brisket had 3 concussions in 3 seasons. Yeah, just let that go.
But he had some back in college too, though. Right?
I caught it.
Yeah, how many now?
Yeah, I caught it.
3 and 3
seasons.
Damn. Yeah. So and the way he plays, man, his head is in there. He's a hard hitter. So the chances of him getting concussed again are very high.
So you have a concussion, known concussion every year, basically. Yeah. 3 years.
The way that man plays,
you had one in week 4 and never played again.
Well, he's back. So
he's
back.
Total, I think
it's six total.
6 or 7.
Dating back to college.
Okay.
All right. Moving on, I'm gonna go over here to my man KDL because he's a self-proclaimed all expert on all things NFL.
All things Bears.
I never said that.
All things Bears.
Never Bears.
He thinks.
I'm just objective. See, I'm objective on the Bears. See, I sat there and talked intelligently with y'all about y'all team. Y'all will never do me like that.
Until now.
But y'all will never do me like that. See, y'all will just say the Giants said shit. Y'all never be like, well, no, technically, man, y'all need things. Y'all want to do that. See, but I said,
all right.
Objective.
Okay. So objectively answer this next question for me. Is it worth the Bears looking into trading for Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons? The rumor that I've heard most recently would be for the Bears to give up the number 10, number 39, and 41 for Myles Garrett. Kevo.
Wait, what was that last part you said? How many?
You said
10, 30, they first round and they 2 second round. Kevo, if you're the Bears GM, do you make this deal?
No. I wouldn't make the deal. I would want y'all to do it just to mess up. But speaking objectively, I'm not giving you my number 10 and my 39?
And 41.
And 41 for this dude. No, because we still got a couple of needs too now. We need to draft. So when you want me to draft? Like pick 100? Like, no, I'm not doing it. And Myles Garrett is a bad boy. Don't get me wrong. Parsons is a bad boy. But you're asking too much. And Cleveland gonna hit you over the head for what they want for their main dude. So I'm not doing that. Not my first. That's the first 3 picks of the. No, I can't.
If we were to make a trade, I would want Garrett before I want Parsons, and this is why. Parsons, he take too many plays off. He not playing every down hard. When they're losing and there's something going on with the team or whatever, he's not. Myles Garrett's going to give you Myles Garrett every time he steps on that grass.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the other problem with Micah, too, is when you talk about fixing the culture, Micah with the podcasting already, he do a lot of mouthing off, man. There's a lot of people not happy with that. And so that
Stephen A. told him to shut up.
That could be an issue with a Micah bad boy. But Myles Garrett, I mean, I hate to give up picks, especially like those 3 picks, but if you gonna do it, Myles Garrett is a game changer, man. This defense automatically becomes woo.
So if you do that,
man,
if you do that, then you're making this year about free agency and trades, right?
I mean, you talking Myles Garrett and Montez Sweat on the ends, man.
I get it. It'll be great for the Bears, but When do you draft?
With that secondary?
Right, with the second. Oh my God.
And we got two legit, at least two legit linebackers.
Okay, but then when do you draft? When do you draft after that?
Well, you don't. You
still need to draft offensive line. Don't just do free agent. You still need to draft an offensive line. Like when you don't set yourself up to draft real late, as if y'all KC and Philly and y'all already there. Like you still have to draft. You can't give up the first 3 picks and don't draft to pick number 100.
I feel like, and I'll let you go next, Pat. I feel like if you can receive some additional compensation in return, for instance, they give us their 3rd round for this year with that. And the one thing you also have to keep in mind is if Myles Garrett comes here, we have to re-sign him to a new deal. So
that's exactly what I was.
But that got to be negotiated
in the deal.
Like as soon as he comes over,
no, he still got 2 years left on his contract.
No, but he's not gonna come here, and we ain't gonna come here and let him come here for no 2 years. You're gonna be here, you're gonna be a bear for life, so to speak.
Right.
Especially if you're trying to give up all of that cap. You basically leveraging your draft with one play.
Thank you.
No, you have to say what I was getting ready to say. I was going to say if we were to do that, what are we getting in return? Because we can't just get this man for 2 years. And like you just said, we gotta have some type of other compensation, man. We ain't gonna just all those picks for him, even though he's a cyborg. Still, you know what I'm saying? We'll be cutting our team short at that point. We'll be hurting our team even more.
Yeah, that's too much.
But I think you gotta ask yourself too, though. With these 3, with the number 10, 39, and 41, are you gonna get a player, or even 2 players, even close to what somebody like Myles Garrett can bring? Myles Garrett changes your defense completely. Now, I'll say this: I'd rather sacrifice the 3 picks in this draft over multiple number 1s, over one this year, next year, all that. I'd rather do that if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then also, how all in are they for this season?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because my next question for Damani is, what does success look like next year for the Chicago Bears? And I'm gonna break it down.
Chris Foster said we need more picks and not less.
You're right.
I think
Chris Foster,
I think a lot of people agree with that. A lot of people don't want to do that. But Damani, my next question to you is, what does success look like for the Chicago Bears offense? Do you measure success for the Chicago Bears next year with a top 10 offense? Do they have to have a top 10 offense for you to consider that this team is successful?
Why are you just basing on offense?
Next year, for next year, for me personally, top half of the league would be, that's a huge jump because we've been in the bottom half of the league in offense for the last I don't know how long. So just to get in the top half of the league, as far as what success would look like, I would say for most people, top 10. Most people are probably thinking top 10 because of Ben Johnson's resume, Caleb going into his 2nd year. You still got the weapons, Doomsday, DJ Moore. So I know a lot of people are saying top 10, but for me, I'm reeling in my expectations, and I'm going to say let's crawl till we walk. I'm looking at a 2-3 year window here to really get this to its peak. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting next year to come in and be the top 5 offense in the league and to win the division and go to the Super Bowl and all that. So that's why I'm at with it.
Y'all don't do that again.
You got to be fearful of this destructive cycle repeating itself. If you don't put this offense, total offense, it could be points, it could be, total points, total yards, however you measure it. If this offense is not in the top 10 ranking in the NFL going into next year, you got another Mitch Trubisky, you got another Justin Fields scenario on your hand because now you have your quarterback going into his third year, not having the success or not elevating at the level he should be at. And then if we don't have a top 10 offense or better going into this year, or by the time next year is over with, you're going to start asking the same questions you asked those other three quarterbacks. Is he really good enough? Do we need to look elsewhere? I really think that their success is going to be predicated upon them being in the top third in the league of offense.
You know what? I had to disagree.
The top third.
You gonna read the comment?
Yeah,
In 1 year.
Go ahead, read the comment.
I want to read this comment by Chris Foster. This your boy, Ken? Chris Foster? Okay. Sign Trey Smith and Sweat from Philly in free agency. Trade down to about 20th. Take a left guard in the first. Take Watts, Notre Dame safety in the second. Take center and D-line in the second also. Take a running back and a wide receiver, a flying wide receiver in the fourth round.
I mean, that depends.
He's using this.
Yeah, but the one thing I hate that going in the draft position strap. Like we're just looking for one position, right? I'm from the Bill Walsh tree, man. You sign, you fill holes in free agency, and you draft talent. You draft talent. So I don't want to reach. I totally agree with the trade back. If you're looking at a guard, I don't think no guard is worth the top 10 pick in this draft. But if that guard isn't there, if you draft back and that guard isn't there, then what do you do? So there's got to always be this contingency plan. And to what D. Rob said, I think that's a lofty expectation. I think that's a mistake we made because this is the first year in a new system again. So you're saying the first year new system, new language, new everything, new position coaches, and to come in and be a top 10, that's a heavy ask. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think that's a heavy the expectation.
I think what DY is saying, we got to see some major growth between year one.
Top half would be major growth because they was 28 this past year, 28, 29. So that's major growth.
The offense goes into the top half or even the top 10, that will equate to W's.
I was going to disagree with D.Y. The only reason I was going to disagree with D.Y., I understand what you're saying about the win. But as far as them asking about the Justin Fields and Mr. Trubisky thing, I don't think it'll go that far, only because the coaching staff that we have this year with him and the way that line played, it shouldn't be no question that he should have progressed in the second. Because we have a different coach, that's Ben Johnson, who's supposed to be a guru coach. We're going to show up the line. These are things that should have been done before the last year, before the boy took a snap. But those things weren't done. So I think that he has a little bit more leeway as far as that's concerned. But it has to be, I'm with the money, it has to be at least the top half. The top half of the football league. But it has to be somewhere.
16 and up.
Right.
Y'all are really focusing on D-line, and I get it, and I know why. But it's a lot of the little things that Caleb got to do to help that D-line. He can't be sitting back there for 5 seconds.
The O-line.
The O-line for 5 seconds sitting back there. This the NFL, man.
But again, that comes back.
You got to get that ball out, man.
Ben, again, that comes back to coaches that should have never been with him there in his first year in the first place. We all call for those coaches to be replaced before the boy got it.
I've always said this about the Bears. Y'all know this. I agree with Sean. Coaching matters.
Mm-hmm.
So you never had a coach that developed Mr. Trubisky. You never had a coach that developed Justin Fields. Now you have an offensive-minded coach. Randall Ellis coming in and work with wide receivers, right? Ben Johnson's supposed to be a guru. I ain't gonna say a quarterback guru. He's supposed to be an offensive-minded guru. You should have people in place to develop Caleb Williams. His talent alone, he has, like you said, he has to do something. Get rid of the damn ball. Read the defense better. Like he has to improve on his own.
Aren't they bringing in a quarterback?
You should have somebody to develop him. Yeah.
Who's the quarterback coach they brought in?
I forgot his name. He's supposed to be pretty good. But just the fact that Caleb had to ask to be coached last year. He had to get outside counsel because Waldron wouldn't put that time in with him. I think Ben Johnson's going to do that. And one thing with I know he's going to bring over. He said he's not going to bring over our offense. He runs the football. He knows a lot of things are predicated on run and play action. And so I'm not really worried about Caleb. I'm not the comparisons as far as if people start getting into the Fields Trubisky thing. I mean, this 1 year with all the turmoil, with all the turmoil and everything that was going on, all the bullshit that happened, the man still threw for almost 3,500 yards. Like a lot of quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I don't think Jaden Daniels, none of them would have succeeded in what was going on in Chicago this year. Jaden would not be as good as he is if he was here with the nonsense that was going on here. The Bears they gave Caleb the playbook in February and pretty much put him back there. Didn't have a veteran quarterback in the quarterback room with him, and said, "Go out there and get us 10 wins and take us a play."
You still should pick
They
up
just threw him out there. They just threw him out there.
I thought they picked up a veteran quarterback.
You know what? Understand how key that is to have a veteran.
Yeah, the QB room, everything. It was him and Tyson Bagent. Like, you know what I mean? That's not a. I mean, like I said, they threw him out there like he was a 5-year vet, like he'd been in the league. And I think Ben Johnson, hopefully, he scales that back a little bit. And I think that's what coming running the ball, get the two-headed monster, get that run game going, kind of make the game a little easier for him. He still got to develop. And what he did, we should be hyped off what he did this year with all this bullshit going on.
If he would have took all the damn sacks, he could have had more.
And some of that's coaching too, and some of that's play calling. It's a lot to that too.
It's a lot, personnel, everything.
It's a lot.
All of that goes into it.
But y'all looking at it as offense. I'm looking at it overall, right? I don't expect Ben Johnson to come in here and win the division. But your goal should be, what they won, 7 games? Your goal should be
5.
Okay, 5. So you went from 7. You went from 7 down to 5. You should be in that 7 to 10 range,
right?
Or at least somewhere in.
Let's say trending up.
You should be trending up. That to me is successful because your division is still tough. So you can't say you just gonna come in. We're gonna be tops of the league. We got Ben Johnson. Don't work that way. You got to give it a couple of years to put his system.
The
players
division was tough during the season.
Well, that's true. It folded in the playoffs, right about that. But that same division is coming back. So the division is tough. Your schedule is tough because you play 2 tough divisions. You got to factor all that in, and this is this man's first coaching job ever. He's never been a head coach.
Say they make it Philly game 1.
Oh,
Schefter said maybe Philly game 1.
Oh my God. So
that defense, shit.
So you have to. Ben Johnson has to go through growing pains too, not just
they just got to be quiet.
Got a little Super Bowl hangover or something.
Yeah.
But y'all got to look. Ben Johnson has to go through growing pains too as a head coach. It just ain't no boy wonder. You just come in and everything goes. No, you ain't never been a head coach before. You never ran the whole ship. So yes, the system has to be put in. Yes, the players have to respond to his system, which could take. We don't know how long that could take. Like you got to factor all that in.
That's what I mean by I don't think we should expect them to be the Detroit Lions from last year right away. And I think a lot of people are expecting that, for them to come in and just,
Would you agree midway through the season, you should see, okay, they're getting it, they clicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, last topic, talking about Bears off season. People we need to re-sign. And I'll put this out for the entire group. Got a few names down here. Do you feel like they worth a new contract? I'll start out with number 1, Kyler Gordon. Does he deserve a new contract?
Definitely Kyler.
But
he a slot corner. He ain't gonna break the bank.
No, but I think one thing,
you got to bring Kyler.
His play elevated last year.
He did. You got to bring Kyler Gordon back.
And I think he earned his money.
And then what's his name? Defense. And his defense, you gotta bring Kyler.
He earned some money.
You gotta bring Kyler.
Not his money.
What about Billings? Do you bring Billings back?
Well, Billings got 1 more year.
No, I think
He
Billings
signed a 2-year extension.
I thought he was the UFA.
He just signed. He just signed last year. He got another year. Billings is still on. Billings not a free agent.
Okay, does he deserve an extension?
No,
because he was even mentioned in the press conference from Ben Johnson. He's one of the key players that he mentioned. Like when we saw him, we knew that, and the defense was a lot tougher with him in the middle.
Yeah, the run defense.
The
run defense definitely got worse when he went out.
Well, that's right there. Right. He mentioned in the press conference.
Yeah.
Guess what?
He ain't going to go.
Right. He's a stuffer, man. He takes up 2 blocks. He's a big boy that can move. So
and I think you could extend him for the low ski mode. I don't think it'll cost a lot of money to extend him.
Yeah, he ain't
and he could be a key part of that D line.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, TJ Edwards had a phenomenal year. Has played great the last 2 years, but definitely had a phenomenal year last year. Over 150 tackles last year. Does he deserve an extension?
Yes.
Yeah.
TJ,
he won the key backwards last year.
And think how much better he'd be with the additions to the D line. If you make them improve to the D line, how much better he would he'll be. He got all those tackles. He didn't have a great D line at all.
He led the defensive tackle, didn't he?
Yeah, both years. Yeah.
So
TJ is definitely a lot.
Just imagine.
Yeah, he can't out.
I don't.
Did say if he's not with Chicago, he's going back to the West Coast.
Yeah, he said.
I want to say,
the NFL is about speed. You got DJ Moore and the Doomsday. They can be your possession. You got Cole Kmet. I think you need somebody to take the top off, man. I wouldn't bring age, speed, all that.
Cole Kmet is going to step into the offense.
But it's not his fault. The man got to stay in and block.
I know. I know. So if it's not his fault, it's like a catch-22.
Like it wasn't ever.
But it's like, man, I don't. It's like during the season, was he even playing?
He can't. He can't step into play. They have to call for play.
They ain't even target him.
They didn't target him
because the man had to block.
He went games with no target.
Yeah, whole game with no target.
That's not going to happen in Ben Johnson's offense.
Right.
If you look at what Sam Laporta turned into,
yes, sir. Yes,
I would love to see him turn into like that.
He can. I definitely feel like he can.
Oh, he definitely
got hands like Laporta.
Yeah.
Hands like Laporta.
Matt got hands, man.
You just ain't seen him catch it all year.
That's what it is, kid. I ain't seen it.
Got to throw to him to see him.
But a year before then,
they actually got
was one of the main targets.
And you know what? Everett was the same way. You never got to see what he could do because he in their body.
They all had to stay on.
Well, hold on. There was a couple times Everett did get targeted and he dropped fast.
Well, he was like surprised.
Oh, that's what it was? But you know, it took the ball.
And what is it? And also, I think you need that speed. You got to be able to take off. You got to be able to take the top off of defense. The Bears were kind of easy to short passes. They weren't running the ball. That's what I mean. This is going to be I don't know.
Doomsday, he can go deep.
I don't want to cut. But a Doomsday not a burner like that. I would love to see them use Tyler Scott more. I would love to see Scott get used more. He the fastest guy on the team, or one of the fastest. He that 4.2, 4.3 guy. So what? Devontae Smith, probably smaller.
No.
Devontae about 170. Devontae about 170 pounds.
And Scott about 135.
No, man. Tell you.
And I think about what's his name that folded up like a pretzel.
Knox.
Yes. And I'd be like, man,
that was different.
That ain't Tyler Scott.
Right.
No, that was totally different.
Knox was going the wrong way to try.
That folded up. That's the only thing that he didn't have. He has the sauce back on. He just didn't have the cheese.
And you're not gonna be throwing it to him in a 3, 4, 5 yards. Where you got to run through linebackers.
Devontae Smith, 6 feet 170. What's Scott's name?
Tyler Scott.
Right?
Yeah. And Tyler can take the man. I'm telling you, Tyler
can take the top. He caught a bunch of deep balls.
Yeah, he can take the top off of defense.
You got to stay healthy though. That's another thing too.
Yeah. And he was inactive this year.
Right.
Healthy,
Tyler Scott, 5'11", 185.
There you go.
Damn, no,
shoes and his helmet. Shoes and his helmet on.
What about that? home.
And I know y'all ain't trying to turn this into Detroit. I get it. But you could do for Williams. Like, if Williams go deep, St. Brown catch the little passes, right? Williams is always that deep. So you do good having him.
That's another reason why they was talking about your boy, the running back. They say he could be like Jamar Gibbs in that offense.
Swift?
No, Gentry. That's why a lot of people talking about drafting him.
The boy from Boise
Yeah,
State.
Boise State.
Can't take him at 10, though.
Not at 10.
He won't get past Dallas at 12.
No, he won't.
He ain't getting past Dallas.
So there you go. That's what people was trying to talk about.
Don't forget that boy from that running back from North Carolina too. That's going to be good too. And from Iowa, Caleb Johnson.
Man, bring in Scatterboo. That's what I was going to say.
Hell no.
Bring in Scatterboo, baby.
Somebody gonna take that dude, man.
Somebody gonna take him.
Man.
Hopefully not the Bears.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere.
He gonna play fullback in the NFL. He ain't gonna be able to do that same stuff. Not against the NFL.
Like, stop.
All right, y'all. Got about 20 minutes left on the show. Getting ready to run into one of the most upbeat segments of the show. Talk about you calling. Got some trivia for the fellas. All right. In the spirit of All-Star Weekend, NBA All-Star Weekend, let's talk a little bit about the dunk contest. There have been 5 Chicago Bulls players to compete in the slam dunk contest. 5. Can you name them?
Warriors, Jordan.
That's 2.
Did Eddie Johnson get that when he was there?
No.
Reggie did?
No.
Nah.
The dude from Charlotte did compete in the dunk contest. The boy that came from Charlotte,
that's Eddie Johnson. I thought
he was in it 1 year.
Maybe he wasn't with the Bull as a Bull.
Or maybe, I could be wrong. Maybe
Gotta be in the Bulls jersey.
Gotta be in the Bulls jersey. Are we counting this year with the Rook?
Yep.
Okay, the Rooks. That's 3. The last 2. Damn.
The little guard that changed his jersey.
Did y'all say Woolridge?
Yep. Said Woolridge.
What's that little guard? What did he?
Nate Robinson.
Nate.
No, Nate didn't compete.
Nate wasn't there.
He didn't compete in the Bull. He wasn't the Bull when he competed.
Yeah, he was in it.
You talking about Spud?
Nah, it was Nate Robinson. He's had a kidney transplant too, man.
Yeah, he got it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, man.
Who else?
He's getting close.
Who the last 2? That was a good question. Shit.
That must have been a while back.
Anybody out there got him?
No, ain't nobody said nothing. Anybody got the answer out there? Sean? No, Sean, you gonna Google it? No.
Sean doing the same thing I was doing. I'm gonna try to Google it.
Don't Google it. I'll give you a hint. One of them played with Mike, and the other one was a top 5 pick.
Tyrese Thomas.
Tyrus did.
Sidney Green?
No, we say Thomas.
Was this the Coke team?
The cocaine highway team.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy? I don't remember Tyrese Thomas being in it. Dunk contest. Who won that year?
And then the last one played with Mike.
Orlando Warriors.
We said
Warriors.
That would have to be. Did Scotty ever? Was Scotty ever in the dunk contest?
No. He's seen the answers over my show. It was Scotty.
I think the answer. Wait.
Scotty ain't never been on no damn.
D.Y., do you actually think I can see that damn screen from here? Yeah, help me out.
Put your glasses on. Yeah.
What year was Scotty in the dunk contest?
that means he was trash.
I don't remember Scotty.
Definitely was trash.
89, the year with Kenny Skywalker.
What?
Or 90.
That means he was trash.
Didn't make it out the first round. I think he missed 2 dunks.
Oh,
he definitely trash.
He had to be trash.
Dude, I don't even remember.
Super trash.
Because he was trash.
Yeah, he was trash. I do remember. All right.
Is that when he had? Is that when he cut his head and had the rough the waves going in his?
It may have been one of those years.
When he cut his head, he had the
boats.
He never had a good haircut.
His brain was showing.
Yeah. It looked like the back of Slynette.
Oh.
Look like the line all the way through.
He deserved it.
All right. Second part of that question. There have been 4 players to win the slam dunk contest that played for the Bulls at one time or another. Can you name?
Nate Robinson.
Nate?
Mike, Nate.
Mike. Well, we already know Mike.
Not Mike.
No, Mike.
We said five.
5 people, not Mike.
4 people that won that played for the Bulls.
So, Nate.
Zach LaVine.
Nate,
Zach LaVine.
So what we got? Nate, Zach.
Ron?
Who?
No.
Hopper, no.
That won it.
That won it.
Played for the Bulls.
That played for the Bulls at some point in time.
Everybody played for the Bulls.
We need our ass whooped, man.
Nah, y'all Bulls, man.
But we
Did
said
Eddie Jones ever win?
No.
nope. He never won one.
I
Shit.
think it's some winners.
That's sad. Nate.
You got me on that.
Young players?
Nate.
Give us some hints,
Zach.
Right, give some hints. Oh, they play.
We're gonna start giving away cigars for these trivias, man.
Right.
We're gonna start giving
D-Wop got some stumpers today, boy.
All right, I give you a hint. They both was white.
Yeah, that made it even harder.
Think about the people who won the contest.
Marketing wasn't in there.
Nope.
Nah,
That won.
One.
That played for the Bulls.
The dude that played for San Antonio. Rick
Barry, one of the Barry boys.
Brent Bear.
Brent Bear.
Damn, Brent Bear played for the Bulls.
Brent Bear, one of the
He played for the Bulls for a smidgen.
We got one more.
One more.
White boy. Another white boy.
Yep.
Marketing, no, it ain't marketing.
No, it ain't mine.
Yeah, it's just old school.
That's a little bit further back.
Within the last 5 years.
That's 5 years.
LaVine?
No.
He ain't white.
It's light skin. Dang, that was racist. Racist.
In the last 5 years?
I'm stumped.
Won it?
Everybody give up?
But Clark wasn't with the Bulls.
Yes, he was.
It was.
Yes, he was.
For 1 day.
Oh.
What?
Played for the Bulls for 1 day.
He got called up and said,
That's crazy.
bye-bye.
One day.
That's crazy. You know, he said the first year. I started to say that.
And that was
For 1 day?
when he first was trying to get into the league.
Mm-hmm.
Clark, yeah. When he first got into the
You
league.
got us on that one.
Okay.
All right,
What
one
is he in there?
Orlando Skibbity Bops. The Orlando
two-way deal.
Scallywag.
I'm going to say the Orlando Security Box.
Did you just say the Scallywags?
All right, one last question. Still in All-Star game mode. There have been 10 teams to send 4 players to the All-Star game.
10 teams?
10 total.
Boston.
Hold on. 6 of them since 98. Can you name the 6 teams that have sent 4 players to the All-Star game since 98?
Bulls.
No.
Lakers.
Lakers.
Detroit. Lakers
Detroit.
did.
Lakers.
Detroit did.
Boston.
Golden State.
Lakers. Not
Golden
Boston.
Golden State.
Golden State did it twice.
Okay, Golden State.
It's at 4?
Yeah.
That's 4, right?
Detroit, Lakers, Golden State.
So that's 4. Okay.
That's 3.
Three.
Well,
That's
4.
3.
That's 4. That's 4 because Golden State did twice.
Okay.
Boston did it too, though.
No.
I thought Boston did too, but he said since 98.
Since 98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not twice.
They did it once, though.
They did it once.
Oh.
No, Pearson sent 3. I thought that was Boston.
Rondo was on the
Rondo was on team.
Rondo make the All-Star? Okay.
So that'd be 2008.
Gotta be Miami.
Nope.
Damn.
Wasn't Houston.
There ain't been no other team that's been that good at All-Star break.
Because Denver ain't had 4
Denver
All-Star
definitely
games.
Didn't do it.
Milwaukee did.
No.
I think y'all mentioned just one. I think y'all said Golden State,
Right.
Boston,
Right.
Detroit.
LA,
Right.
Detroit.
Right.
So y'all missing one.
What East or West?
East.
Cleveland?
No. That's a good one, though.
It wasn't Orlando.
Philly?
Orlando, no. Philly, no.
New Jersey?
Nets, no.
And you said no Miami.
No,
Miami, no.
Who the?
The Knicks?
It wasn't Indiana.
Wasn't Indiana.
Who the? This is gonna be one. We're gonna be like, what? All right,
What?
Can we get the year?
Toronto.
2015.
Cleveland.
It wasn't Toronto. Toronto done sent 4 people.
Shit, Indy?
It wasn't Indy.
2015, Indy wasn't that good.
Shit, you can call the teams out in the East.
Ain't the
All right, for the name of the whole damn, you said it wasn't Philly. Damn sure ain't Charlotte.
I'm stumped on this one, D.Y.
Yeah, you got it.
Atlanta.
Shut up, man.
2015?
2015.
Who the hell is that?
Al Horford, Paul Millsap, T, and Kyle Korver.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
No,
That All-Star game wasn't shit.
Wow.
Damn.
Corbett got sent from here to there, right? No, Corbett came from here. He came here.
Yeah, he came from it.
Yeah, he
No, he didn't start Chicago. He didn't start
Sorry,
Chicago.
No,
he got right. He transferred from here, traded from here. That's when Hawker went over there.
Damn. Okay, that's
Damn.
I know it was good.
Yeah, that outside. I'm with Ben. That outside game could have been shit.
That game was over.
Can you name the last 3 teams in the total history?
The last 3?
Yeah.
That'd be Lakers, Boston, and
Nope. Well, Boston, yeah. Boston twice. So one more.
Had to be Golden State.
And it was in the 80s.
Portland.
Nope. Nope.
Sixers.
What year?
Nah, you going too
Oh,
much.
with
But
Moses.
I'm gonna tell you, Moses.
4 years.
Cheeks and
Yep.
Andrew Toney.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yep. 83, Philadelphia 76.
4 years, baby.
Yeah, that's good. Y'all did-
Start to look
And it was 75 Boston and 62 Boston.
It's a good one.
Oh shit!
What else you got?
Here come Ben.
No.
He queued something up.
Start bench cut.
No. Yeah, he had 6.
We got a few minutes.
Might well, man.
Couple minutes left.
You know, I'm in these sports groups and they had a huge argument. Who has the better crossover? AI or Tim?
Better crossover between Allen Iverson and Tim Hardaway.
Now, Tim Hardaway's crossover, he hit you on the back going full speed.
It got it. It's 10
AI,
for me. It's 10 for me.
AI, he gonna stand you up.
You know what would have been nice if we had a couple of clips of both of them with their crossover.
The actual true crossover
is
Tim.
Yeah. Tim talking.
It was a crossover, but he played with you.
And he traveled.
Tim just
traveled
immediately. You know what I mean? Like, so if we talking
AI did travel.
Yeah, he dancing with the ball a lot. Tim just literally crossed you up like that.
He going full speed.
He's gone.
Not like Tim.
And no, that's what I'm talking about, Tim.
But
Tim full speed.
Yeah, Tim.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
And one thing I'll say about the crossover is Tim's crossover was to get to the hole in pure Chicago fashion.
Yeah.
His crossover was to get past you and get to that hole.
AI
was I'm gonna cross you over, leave you right here, but I'm shooting that
Pull up.
jam.
Yeah, I'm gonna dance with you.
Or I'm gonna hit you with the float. So yeah, probably Tim Hardaway with the better crossover.
And
you can tell the crossover was
I'm talking about Run TMC.
Run TMC.
Oh yeah.
God.
They were showing them highlights last night.
They was.
I was like, man, people don't talk about Mitch Richmond a lot no more. Like, them some bad boys.
Mitch Richmond gave Jordan problems.
He did.
A lot of problems.
He did.
Mitch Richmond was a bad boy.
Who else you got? I'm looking at your screen. They look horrible.
Come on, man.
In their prime, who would you take? Would you take Gilbert Arenas or Stevie Francis, DeRozan, Brandon Roy, Stackhouse, or Danny Granger in their prime?
In their prime?
Stevie Francis.
Prime.
Stacky Cakes. Stackhouse for sure.
Man, I don't know, man.
Steve French,
I don't care. But hey,
I'm
zero
say, man, I'm
zero though. Zero boy.
Double guy every night.
Man, I remember the game he put up 50.
Man, I was just gonna say Agent Zero, bro. He
Zero.
light it up, man.
So we can cross out the road.
You never can.
And Ranger.
And
Brandon
So
he was back then, but he didn't get enough.
He ain't had long time.
We didn't get enough of him.
Gilbert Arenas and Stackhouse in their prime. Who you riding with? Who you want on your squad?
You take a start bench, cut one of them.
I'm going Agent Zero, man. I like it. It's him and close between him and Steve Franz.
I'm going with Gilbert, bro.
Gilbert was a beast, man.
I got to go with Gilbert, man.
Gilbert was a beast.
I'm going with Gilbert before the pistol.
That's the only Gilbert that we know of.
Right.
And actually, once that pistol day, that's when it all went down.
Gilbert lit it up at Arizona. Like he put the ball in the base. He lit up at Arizona.
He lit the league up though.
He did. Do y'all remember Steve Francis, man?
Please. Stevie was
even at Maryland.
Yeah, Stevie was different.
Stevie in Houston.
Yes. And everybody forget that dunk contest with Vince Carter. Like Steve,
he was
Stevie
in there.
He did his thing.
He went toe to toe with.
So Jesus,
great topics. Great topics.
Here's a little bit of
How much time we got?
Oh man, we got
time
about
for
4
party
minutes left,
shots,
man. So we need to give our party shots, man. We had a wonderful show. DY had some really good topics, and these questions we had at the end, we all need our ass whooped to being Chicago fans not to know some of this stuff, man.
No, the Bulls need their ass whooped
for not producing not have better results,
right? Not having memorable
components.
Kimbo, give your party shots, man.
Per usual, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, taking a ride with us on a Saturday. Appreciate all the comments, man. Those that comment, appreciate y'all, man. Much love.
PG.
Man, appreciate everybody watching. Sorry it was a little late, had family business, but at the same time, kind of made me feel like the Ryan Clark of the show. I just come in the second half.
Man,
Ryan Clark.
Yeah, Ryan Clark.
Let me call Marcellus White.
Well, somebody already said one of our people on the panel was Jason Whitlock. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, but 1 million, I can't stand it.
D.Y. Whitlock.
That's what Ben said this morning. He's more like Jason Whitlock, bro.
Oh man.
Look, appreciate everybody for jumping on. For those of us who follow us, especially on Facebook and or YouTube, don't be afraid to share the link. Send it out to your friends, send it out to your buddies. Everybody know who love to talk sports. You got your people out there. Make sure you're sharing the Sports Zone link out there when you hop on and participate with us each and every week. But we appreciate y'all support each and every week.
Righty.
Don't be disrespectful. And with that being said,
Skip Harris.
Hey, God damn. Ooh. All right. With that being said, hey man, first, happy birthday, Hall of Famer Tim Smith.
Yeah.
And to my boy TB, man. Today is birthday, man.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. Be
Fellas,
safe out
baby.
there. He on the trip, man. So happy birthday to y'all guys. Hey, and like DY said, make sure y'all share the link. Matter of fact, we're gonna start doing some giveaways, top comments,
right?
Cigars,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
You know, we're gonna start doing some
Y'all can
giveaways.
put the gear that we have on.
Yeah, SmokeFellas gears, maybe some cigars. We got some other sponsors about to start coming through. So we're gonna have some giveaways. Stick with us, man. Big year coming up, 10-year anniversary, man, for the fellas. We got coming up Blackout March 21st.
Put your day in.
May 3rd, Fedora and Derby Hat Day, which was always a ball last year. And June 21st and 22nd, our 10-year anniversary, man. 10-year anniversary celebration. So, man, jump down with us, man. Thanks for tuning in. 10 of them, baby.
10 of them.
I always say at the end of every show, where there's smoke,
there's
fire. Isaac, take us out of here.
And Jason Whitlock with a supple scheme.